Hey YouTube, this is Brian with Vitamin C. I'm going to tell you how to fix a very common issue with the Chauvet Haze 2D. We have a couple of these units that have failed in very similar ways. One day you just turn them on and they don't produce haze. Well, with a quick repair, yours will be up and running again in no time. Alright, here at the shop bench, we're going to take this thing apart. I really love this electric screwdriver with a whole bit collection. Let's get a big set, different lengths. Really handy. I love the kind of the Phillips extended bit. So here's your unit. This one is one that needs to be serviced. The symptom is you turn it on and it turns on, kind of warms up, but never gets going. And then it turns off again and starts flashing on the back display. Shows that something's wrong. So what we're going to do is you're going to take off all the screws. If you see the side with the output, you're basically taking all the screws off the top and the side and kind of along the back here. So there's quite a few screws. So there's only two types and most of them are all the same except for these three up here. They have a slightly different shape and they sit a little more recessed to the front of this. So anyway, just two screws, pretty easy to keep straight. Okay, here we are. I'll just show a few screws sticking out. I like having a little magnetic tray or just some sort of container. Put something, having a container that collects everything is really handy. This one has a bent side, so I'm going to use some pliers and kind of might use adjustable. It won't be perfect, but it'll allow me to at least take the screw out again. Okay. The thing you'll have to do is unscrew this eyelet, which is a safety cable mount. It kind of screws into the frame. Okay, I have this panel off. It's about that many screws, maybe 20. And here's your reservoir. You have a pump. Looks like there's a air pump, so it kind of pumps air, fluid in from this line, air in from this line, so you kind of have this blend of water, ideal haze and air mixture, and that goes into your heater right here. This is a temperature sensor. But we're focusing on right here. This is called the solenoid pump. It's a very simple pump, but they tend to fail a lot. And like I said, the symptom tends to be when you turn it on, everything turns on okay, and it preheats and it shows you the blue light showing preheat, but then it never outputs. Like it never, it feels like it should be outputting after enough time because it takes some time to warm up. So what we'll have to do to get this thing out, use some diagonal cutters and kind of clip these. You can unscrew this and kind of undo these leads. The black lead and the red lead has this connection, and we're going to kind of make a note of those connections, so when we reattach them we'll have that straight. So we're going to look for two screws, move the reservoir out, and these two screws, there's two screws back here, and that's how you're going to get the pump mount off. Okay, here we are. This is a new pump. Took the old pump out. You kind of like, this is a rubber fitting, so you just kind of like pull it out. Once this thing's off, it's pretty easy to see how it comes apart when you're putting the wires back. This might be some sort of capacitor, is my guess. And this goes in there. It's your, I'm not sure which one. Usually red would be your neutral, and then black would be your hot. And we'll connect these tubes, get some small zip ties. You can put a zip tie right there. You'll have a small fitting from the hose to screw on down here. and then you'll put your panel back on. Okay, here it is all hooked up. Here's your pump. Got your zip tie coming from your feeder. I think this might be some sort of flow monitor. This is your capacitor, your red, then your black is closest to you. The hose is connected. And one thing when you're working on these, if they're real dirty, I really like these thick 7mm working gloves. Perfect for keeping your hand from getting, especially when you're working on this like rusty stuff, it just tends to be a little hard on your fingertips after a while. So I kind of appreciate gloves. All right, we're gonna put this panel back on. Here we are. Plugged it in while I was screwing it back together, and it is running again. New pump. You can hear it working. It sounds loud when it's empty, and then when it's fluid, hits the solenoid pump, it quiets down quite a bit. I'm going to turn it off to not haze out the inside though. Here we are. A working hazer, sitting in storage for years on end, but a new pump. And we have a small child to bear witness. I hope this helps you solve your haze issues. And if you like this video, please don't hesitate to subscribe and like to show support. We appreciate you, and I hope good luck on your next repair.